Is like the outfit like a motif? Are we going for something there, or you just getting ready for week 2 or what?
Just getting ready for week 2, bro.
I
I'm
hope it's
I'm bored of my
not.
team. I'm legit bored of my team.
I hope it's not worse than week 1. We'll get to that. Ready to get this thing
Let's
started?
do it.
There you go.
That's a touchdown, baby.
Hi, and welcome to DD Live. I'm your host, the one and only Angel Camacho, and I'm here with my esteemed colleague, as always, Jose Perra Guerra.
Gang
Talk to
gang.
me, talk to me, Jose. How you feeling, man? Because a boy over here feeling really depressed, man. I don't feel like I have the pizzazz to start a show with the fire. Like I had the raw. Yeah, week 1, I was worse than dog water.
It was uh it was a rough week 1, man. Um just looking over the standings and stuff. I mean, I can speak for myself, right, and my team and the teams that I did watch. Um the Patriots suck. Granted, they have a new team now,
Well, that
so
week 1 Patriots suck, and
yeah. I mean, week 2 they're in theory they're gonna suck because they're missing a player, but it is what it is. But man, I would say the biggest surprise to me, um, and it sucks, was the fact that you were the only team that didn't win a game, bro.
yo, that was quick. That was quick. I wasn't ready for that one. I wasn't ready for that one. Like I was ready for the sucker punch, but I was thinking it was gonna come like minute 4, minute 5, not like minute 1.
Man, like I was thinking, like the
Pera,
Texans.
pera, pera. It was. No, listen. Before you go on that tangent, the Dolphins were 3 plays away from 3-0.
Granted, and that's
Three
and
different
that's
players,
great.
3 different players like could have won the game against the Chargers. And then the game 2, we'll get to that. But you could keep it like the Dolphins. I'm heartbroken. I'm heartbroken.
Yeah. I mean, again, I can only go by what I saw. I didn't see you guys play. So obviously it's crazy to me that, you know, you guys were the only team to go winless. But besides that, man, I saw the Colts play. Uh Surprising and not surprising, but I would say the biggest
Well,
surprise to me was
but the
the fact.
Colts just had a bad schedule, and that's why it was the 0-3. And I thought I was gonna be able to get the better of them. A lot of people thought they were gonna get the better of them, but they're a good team, and we'll get to the Colts.
Yeah,
But I think that a lot of what we saw in week 1 is that the margin isn't that big from the worst team to the best team,
at
but
all.
the execution, it's so
Yeah.
pivotal. It's so pivotal because like the Texans game 1 against you guys, hey, 4-1. They looked amazing against you guys.
Yep.
Kevin had a scoregami going on that stat sheet. That kid was throwing, catching, receiving, pulling flags, everything. And then on the next game, him and Jordan are killing themselves. Which, granted, we see that every time that they play with
Yep.
each other.
Yeah.
They've gone 9-0 and then traded each other.
Yeah.
They've
Yeah.
done that multiple times,
But
and I don't think this season will be any different.
that was what I would say that was, probably the second biggest surprise to me. Just in reality, after, like you said, I played them game 1. They, for lack of a better term, they whooped their ass, and it wasn't even close. And when I looked up and I'm like, they went 1-2, knowing that we had all the same schedule. So I'm like, okay, I know the teams are gonna play. I was like, damn, man, that was very surprising to me.
Do we
Uh,
have a clear cut team?
I'm gonna be honest. I can only speak on my end, like other teams that I played, and I think the Cardinals have a pretty good team. Um,
I think Roger thinks that's fraudulent.
yeah, I mean granted, for the
We'll
standards
get to that. We'll get to that. There's so much.
yeah, it's
Hey,
Roger, right?
there's so
But
much to get to. There's so much to unwind in this episode. We're gonna
in
get
terms
to it.
of
We're gonna
the
get to it.
standards of this season, I think from the teams that I did see play, whether I played them or refereed, they were definitely the standard to me. Just in terms like they match up pretty well against everybody that I saw. Like I
Was it
did
a fun week though? There is
yeah
parity.
yeah
There
yeah
is
yeah.
parity. I don't think you could say there's a clear-cut team because
No,
if you
there
say
isn't.
that there's a clear-cut team, that the Chargers are the number one team and that they're the clear-cut, that they're miles beyond. We had their number. We just didn't close it on 2 different drives. So, and we're the only winless team. So that kind of tells you the gap that there is insignificant. Now, the moves, the transactions, the cohesion, the chemistry, how that will build and how that will how that's going to progress through the season. That's a sight to behold, but it's going to be an interesting season. I think week 1 showed us that this is going to be full of parity, and maybe teams could put it together for 1 game. They might not be able to put it for 3 games, and there's just going to be matchups. So very interesting. And speaking of matchups, one of the teams that we spoke as a whole, and yes, we bully him because we've seen in the previous tournament, sort of the trades were a little questionable. This guy likes to play with his boys, likes to play with his friends. Then going into week 1, after his draft, certain question marks. Some players picked a little bit sooner than where they should have been, and everything stacked against him, and he balled.
Yep.
I think that's a good introduction for our special guest host for our episode 2 for Done Deal season 19, quarterback of the Colts, Dario Tejera. Dario, thank you for coming on with us.
Thank you guys for having me. What's up, Pedro?
So
How do you feel? Listen, how do you feel after week 1?
I feel good. Going 2-1 was awesome. It was the first time I ever had more than a win in DD since last season. But I'm still a little hurt about that 3-1 blow that I blew to Peaky.
We'll get to that. We'll get to the monster that is Peaky. But first, before we dive into the games, your experience with DD overall, compared to other leagues that you've played in, because one of the knocks that you have as a player is the fact that you're adamant about playing with your boys. To a certain extent, you're picking players where they should not be picked according to what the rankings are indicating. Can you elaborate a little bit on what's your viewpoint? What is DD for you? What are you finding fun in DD? And what, tell us a little about like your 2 cents and why it works for you.
To be honest, I came into DD last season. Last season was kind of rough. I liked it because, I could do trades. I'm talking to people. I got kind of trade heavy, that's super fun. Talking to different captains, be like, hey, look, I want him now. I want, that's amazing. The game is simple. It's 5-man, it's a normal league, but what I love about it is that, you don't play with the top tier talent, so you really know who's a good quarterback and who's not, right?
Okay.
So you know, like the Tronkies and the Joans and all of these guys that play with tier 1s all across the board. Yeah, you're gonna have some success, but in DD you're playing, with a tier 6 like Roger, Tony. You're playing with an Angel Alvarez. You're not playing with top tier talent. So I feel like that's where you prove if you're a
damn, wait.
Oh, wait. Time
You
out.
just took a shot at your own teammate, bro.
No, Angel Alvarez just took a stray here because you put him with Roger and Anthony.
Tony, bro.
Wait. Tocayo. They got
bro.
you. Hey, listen, you need to ask for a trade. Listen, you miss a week in DD and look at
come home, baby.
Your quarterback puts you with Roger and Andrew. What is that? That tremendo stray, bro. Hey, that guy's gonna be like, he's gonna be in the middle of this podcast, like, what? Like, what I do, man?
But yeah, I mean, it's just, Angel, like everyone hates on him. I think he's great. Everyone's like, oh,
but you're the one that was hating on him. You're the one that put
Roger. Nah, you throw to like the tier sixes with Roger and Tony, then you throw to a tier 3, tier 4, like
Right,
Angel.
right.
You're not throwing to, like,
Ah,
Dalek.
straight tier ones.
Yeah. So that's what I love about it. The shit talking, the competitiveness, the, playing defense, us big boys, we don't play defense in red zone and
Hey,
stuff.
which you could play some D, man. There's some highlights out there from week 1. Trust me, I dreamt with them. They were nightmares. Because I saw you just going up top, Bobby, and then coming down with the ball and celebrating. That's the thing about DD, man. Like, you wouldn't really normally be put in a position like that, but
Yeah.
to be able to have that, it's rewarding at my expense, because I had a horrific Saturday. I think I was depressed for a whole 48 hours, so I went to red zone and played again, just to throw another football. But okay, so talk to us about your team now. How do you feel about your team after week 1? Because you're coming into week 1, everyone's telling you. So let's talk about Daleks, because you rate Daleks top tier. Are you doing it because he's your boy, or you actually believe in him?
I'm gonna be loyal to default to all my boys.
Okay.
Succeed where you can succeed. If not with me, succeed with somebody else. But I see Daleks, and me and Daleks were raised together, right? We played in the same parks, played against the same competition. Me and him were always competing for that top spot, and when I was skinny.
Hey,
So
Bobby, you got the shoots, Bobby. Don't knock on your weight. It's cool.
So with Alex, I see everybody on that list, and obviously you got Peaky. I never knew who Peaky was. I'm new to flag. I'm not, that vet. And then I started watching film, like not on just Peaky, but like in games of USA Flag, and I see Peaky, and I'm like, damn, like this guy. So
in that 3-1 game against you, did he tell you that was your Super Bowl?
I think so.
He used that line on you, right? We'll get to that.
Yeah.
We'll get to that. We'll get to.
No.
There's a whole book.
He was
You got to
on.
download. I'm gonna give you the whole entire profile. You got to download the cartridge so you could have that. You could have that in your memory bank. So when you play him again, you'll have the script to get through the firewall.
Nah, he's different. I mean, but with Alex, I think Peaky's number 1, and if no disrespect to anybody, because it's just my opinion, and I think Alex is easily number 2.
So if you would have had the second pick, you're going Daleks. But if you had the first pick, you're going Peaky.
I don't think I'd go Peaky.
You'd still go Daleks number 1?
Nah,
you're trading out of 1. Okay, that's fair. Hey, that's fair, bro. Like that's you. Stand on it. Okay.
And it's no shot against Peaky.
No, but it's not. But it's not. No, but it's not. But you could tell that it's genuine coming from you. That you're like, no, I just rather play with my boy. It's like you could and who's someone like that. And just people just appreciate who he is. And H. He's that guy. Everybody wants to play with Ant. And he's the coolest cat that you could ever hang out with, man. You could go out with that guy, have a drink with him, party with him, whatever you want. Coolest guy to hang out with. And he will tell you straight in your face, I just rather play with my boys. Nothing against you. Just rather play with my boys. And no knock on him. Is what makes him happy. And more power to you that, that's what you want to do. Awesome. So listen, like I said last week, I had you 0-3, but I just felt like it was a bad schedule. You proved the doubters wrong. You're going to come now into a week 2 now without Angel. So he caught a straight bullet. The guy's out. Now you're going to go 5 hard. How do you feel? What are your matchups?
So I'm going down the line. I think the Raiders would be our toughest team. They're going 5 hard, but without their tier 6. We're not going to really match up well on defense without Angel, because they have that that Vernon Ward or yeah. They have no, that's for the 49ers. They have the other one.
They have Dehaney.
Duhaney, yeah. So he's the speed guy on that team. Angel's my speed guy.
They got Duhaney, they got Peppers, Chris D,
Jeremy, and Laz. So Laz isn't gonna be there, so that
that's a pretty solid squad.
They're going 5 hard, but I think matchup wise, that would be kind of our hardest matchup. But bold prediction or not, I think I'm going 3-0 this week.
Okay. What are the other 2 teams you're facing?
The Lions and the Chiefs.
Oh, Corona and Stritz. I play Corona and Stritz, but I got the Jaguars. So we'll get to those matchups. Well, Dario, I appreciate you giving us a little bit of insight. I feel like everyone has gotten to know a little bit more about you. But Let's keep going. Now let's look at the league as a whole. Now, you're a quarterback. I'm a quarterback. Betta's a quarterback. We have been able to see the results. We've played against a lot of the competition. Can we agree who are the best teams and who are the worst teams? So when we say best teams, like they're going to be difficult to play with. What are 2 or 3 teams we don't want to play?
I would say the 49ers.
Okay.
That defense is legit. Ray Matt to me is the best quarterback this season, so you never want to play the top quarterback in the league.
Okay.
And I would say the Cardinals are a great team defensively as well.
Those are 3 good picks. Perra, what do you think?
I'm gonna say, man, that's tough. I do like the Cardinals. I do like the Cardinals. I think matchup wise, they're a little bit of a nightmare. Um, I do like Red Mets team. Even though that was the only win I had week 1,
Which
but
didn't make sense, and no offense to you, because the Falcons look good.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the only stop we had all week, was to stop them to win. So,
but it's that you have Ray Met's number 2. You're kind of his antithesis.
and I mean, the other one, it would probably be a toss up between the Chargers and the Niners. I play the Niners this week, so I'll be able to see them, and see what I think. But obviously, the Chargers on paper is just it's a lot of speed, man, a lot of speed.
Ham, Donnell, Beaky with a bad hamstring is still solid.
No, it's what we talked about, the fact that it's when Piggy gets a handoff, he still has a horse to throw the ball to in Donnell.
Beaky had handoffs and was top 5 in points as a quarterback.
Yeah.
Beaky put up like 60 plus points in fantasy.
Wow.
His starting quarterback put up 35 or 30 something.
Yeah,
like he doubled his quarterback's output.
Yeah, that's gonna be his stat line every single week. I probably don't see Andy getting past 35 touchdowns this season.
No, that's a lot.
Yeah,
that's a lot. That's like Beaky's gonna throw a lot.
Yeah.
Unless like that whole offense completely changes. No knock on them. That's just the way it works. And they built that team accordingly. They're fast from top to bottom.
Yep.
They're fast from top to bottom. Like they're Reynaldo, right? Colina?
Niel or the tier 6, the rookie.
Yeah. So yeah, AJ's boy. Guy's pretty fast too. I know he was dealing with a hamstring. I think that's the hamstring team. But but they did pretty solid. Now when we look at worst teams, who are we looking at? Like, they don't know what they're doing. They're done. They're cooked.
Oh man, it's hard to say there's one team already out there, and it pains me to say it, but the Ravens are absolute ass, bro. Ravens are trash, bro. And then they're missing Mark this week. What's their schedule this week? I mean, I know I play them.
Easy.
Ravens.
They're going 0-3 this week, man. They're playing 2 teams that play the handoff game with Bothi and
Texans.
Kevin.
Yeah, Texans. Yeah, Texans, Cardinals, and you. And no Mark.
Yeah, no Mark. So no safety. Yeah, it's gonna be a rough week.
That's their whole team.
Outside, one of the teams that not putting them on the bad spectrum. They expect it to be bad, but then they made a lot of changes. The Patriots look like a good team, but we're gonna have to wait till week 3 to find out where they're at.
And that's even if they remain like this, right? Because Freddie's missing week 2, but if they go 1-2, you gotta believe he's gonna have to try to make some changes again.
I saw Am playing last night. It's incredible he's playing.
He's that dude, bro.
I saw him playing with gloves, but it's crazy he was playing because
doesn't matter, bro. He's that dude.
The ligament injury he has in his hand is a 6 to 8 week injury. How is he gonna pull flags? Like, that's crazy.
He was pulling them.
He's that dude.
So yeah, worst teams. We really can't put them down. I just feel the Ravens have put themselves in a bad position, like picking Mark, not being there week 2, having a bad week 1, not having them there week 2, and the matchups. Wow, that's 2 sneezes like in 30 seconds. It's crazy. We can't talk about the Ravens then. So Now, moving on. We talk about the best teams. We talk about the worst teams. Now let's talk about these transactions. Perra, did you tell Streets that Carlos was going to be missing a week?
Did I tell him? No, I don't
Yeah.
have to tell him. That's not my job to tell him.
Wow.
Number one, not my job to tell him. Number two, I think he did that to himself in terms of I already knew he was gonna miss one of the games, but I was pretty confident that he was gonna play the other two games. So I don't know what he did to rub people the wrong way or to piss people off that people just said, nah, we're not gonna let him play.
Yeah, he called me and asked me, oh, it's trading for Carlos, can I play against you? I'm like, wait, what Carlos? Oh no, I traded the Lewis, both Louis. I'm like, no, absolutely not. Like, I'm shorthanded. You're playing
Yeah.
5 hard. You got the better record. You're the better QB that you tell me. You got the better defensive player. Like, you got the better team, the better record, the better everything, and you want the full squad. And I'm playing 5 hard without one of my, like, no one's gonna let me
Yeah.
replace Pat.
But
Why do I have to let you
number
replace your
one,
rusher? And
number
then
one,
on
that
top of that, then he has Peter Delgado like message me like 30 minutes later, 45 minutes later, telling me, oh, like, oh, you went on DD Live, like, oh, and telling people. No, if you have a full squad and you don't want to let someone, like, of course, let them play. You get what I'm saying? But like in this situation, I'm playing with like literally 2 tier 6s. I'm playing 5 strong. And you made a trade knowingly
and
and you
that's my
got the
thing.
guy, and then you want me to bail you out for your incompetence
Yeah.
when you're supposed to be in a superior position? No, Bobby, come on, bro. I'm not gonna feel
That's on him. Like
wow.
my team knew we didn't look too good defensively, which is really only all I really care about. And I told my team, I was like, look, there's no like imminent moves, like there's nothing set in stone. Dario can tell you, according to Dario, we had a trade set in stone forever if it was up to him.
That's set in stone, but we definitely had a trade that could have been.
But what was the reason why I didn't make the trade? Because I didn't want to trade to go 5 hard. So it's just because like you, Angel, we had bad week ones. I can't afford to
I can't, yeah.
go again, go
But
5 hard.
but then going back to that, like, okay, so and just to let's be clear, because yes, did I look at what the market was for Patterson? Yes,
I know you did.
100%. Any sensible person would do that.
Yeah.
Immediately, I found out that there is absolutely no market for Patterson because I am not going to allow the guy that won the previous tournament, second overall, right? His current ranking missing a week is 14, plus or minus however you want. I'm not going to give him up for like the 40th ranked player and take on your worst player. Like the offers that I was getting was horrific. And then what I noticed and sort of what it's felt with what's going to happen with the rest of the season to get transactions done, unless they're adding through the DDPA, it's going to be very difficult to happen. There's only maybe less than a handful of trades that could be done this league year. It's not enough because the expectations for the captains and the positional value that they want for what they have, unrealistic.
Yeah,
like for example, and one of the guys you have on there is Roger. Roger failed Kuoten on Poti. It's common knowledge. The guy tried to trade everyone and their mother out of the Cardinals. Everyone and their mother knows, right? He got upset because he had the opportunity to go be a quarterback in another team. Poti didn't make the trade. And so Roger just started trading out. But even Roger, who wants to be a quarterback, who feels spited by not being a quarterback in this league season, wants to do it at the expense of that, making sure that he's getting like 2 tier 1s and this. Brother, like that's a ticket of entry. You're not going to get everything that you want. Like either you make the move or you don't make the move. But everyone just wants this perfect rate of return that it's not going to happen. You're going to lose something and you're going to win something else. And that's why transactions can be very difficult. That's why for me, it was like, hey, listen, I'm writing out with my team. It is what it is. Like there was no value for Patterson. And because there was no value for Patterson, there was no value for nobody else. Not even Mo at all. No, at all. Mo's trash. Listen, according to the league, Patterson's trash. Mo's trash. Mike Castellanos trash. I'm trash. Everyone's trash. And no one knows not to trade for David because I'm not trading.
Nah, trades have been a headache. I've been trying to trade, but you offer them somebody worse than their best player, and then you offer them, somebody better than their worst player, and they're like, no, we can't do that. You want
Right.
this and like, no.
I obviously
And again, I think that the only thing that has impeded you from making a trade is because the assets that you have, they're players that they're missing weeks.
Yeah.
So like there could have been a trade. There could have been, you and I were involved in 2 separate 3-team trades. And because Angel's missing a week, all the trades fell through. That's what happens. And so that's why I'm saying that this season is going to be very difficult for trades are going to happen. And it's just going to be interesting after week 2, because if that right now, the gap from last to first is about 2 games, but if that gap gets bigger, then the panic ensues. Yep. And then we have a whole nother, 2 weeks of hoopla. But as it stands, it looks very difficult for anything to get done. What do you guys think?
It sucks because you got to make your team better, and I'm not trying to get traded out of my team.
Right. Because that's the level that you're playing with. Because in reality, you got Daleks on your side, but Gerson will trade you, bro.
Yeah.
That's what I keep hearing. But
I'm sorry to tell you, Gerson will trade you.
But look, it's what you're talking about. Week 2, 4 people are missing, and I would say 4 key players, right? Angel, Patterson, even though Patterson wasn't announced that he's missing, but essentially you have 6. Mark, Patterson, Freddie Semino, Angel, Alaba, who's a really good tier 6, and then Suazo, who turned into Carlos. Those are like key players, right, to each one of their teams. After that, no one else is missing other than Lazo, and I love Lazo, but no one's batting an eye over missing their tier 6. Yeah. Especially someone like Josh, that is for sure not going to use them. So, yeah, I do agree that after
he did use them week 1.
Well, because he had to. Chris Zuzo wasn't here.
I know. Lazo could have had 3 touchdowns week 1.
But but that's what I'm trying to say. Like, he had to use him.
Yeah.
Like I do believe that going into week 3, there should be, and there should be at least 3 to 5 trades, because you're gonna have teams that panic, right? Like, I would imagine the Ravens are gonna panic. CP obviously is someone else as a vet. I can see trying to move Revis and Revis, Mark.
And there's no way CP is gonna be there as he like waiting for something to happen. Absolutely not. That guy makes moves.
The Ravens camp. So.
I can very easily see CP getting like Shamir on his side and trading Revis, Mark, and Jeezy. Like but because like he's a vet, right? And they're gonna be 1 and 5 or whatever the record.
Yeah, just spark something. To spark something up. Change it up. To change it up. Yeah. Is that unfortunately that's exactly where we're headed. Okay. A lot of turmoil. Now, highlight players week 1. Who do you think are those guys that we're looking forward to for the rest? So the outlook for the rest of the season. So we're already seeing sort of where the transactions are headed, where the teams are going to be able to add or not. But there's a lot of unknowns. Like, for example, the Packers. Packers are missing Danny Dominguez. Petey doesn't know what he has there. So there's a lot of teams that don't have that full chem, and a lot of them won't see it till week 3, and a lot of them will never see him because they're going to trade him before they do. Now, in terms of players, outside of Peaky, who are those guys that feel that their impact is going to be sustainable throughout the rest of the season? Dario?
Alex.
No, we know that because you're going to feed him the ball, guy.
But yeah,
I didn't overfeed him though. And
I have Daleks on over 2.5 push-offs for the rest of this season.
I mean,
I wasn't mad at the push-off. But I was mad as hell. Juan calling some stupid hold on some ball that was 30 yards out of bounds. And to give these people a whole fresh set of 3rd downs. And then on the ensuing play, like they scored touchdown, this guy bobbling it, and this guy's like so like fanboying it, like, oh my god, and you can't even freaking challenge it because you can't even see it because the guy's like almost like bro.
Yeah, no.
Better, you haven't
mean,
traded him, right? Like, come on. You got to reel in your tier 6, dog. That's embarrassing. I remember when I came into this league, you were notorious for saying two things. One, my tier 6s don't talk in the huddles. And two, if you know that my tier 6 belong to me, I've failed as a captain.
I don't. Juan listens and does everything I tell him.
Oh,
I
so you
love
told him
Juan
to
as
call
my
that
tier 6.
penalty. You told him to call that penalty.
I love Juan as my tier 6, bro. I love him. He's calladito. He catches everything I throw his way. He knows how to snap. Like he does everything I tell him to
So
do.
it's personal.
Hey, that's between
So it's,
y'all. That's
so it's
between y'all.
personal. I got you. I got you. I got
But
you. I got you.
but back to your question.
His two
I,
flag pulls that he gets, watch the one game that I'm refereeing, no flag pulls on that one, Bobby.
look,
Negative.
man. The going back to your question, I got two people that I think if very, very, very early week one MVPs. It would be Piggy for sure. But then I'm gonna throw in Crego and Poti. Um,
Okay.
Poti's
So
running
you
ability.
so you think a quarterback will take it, or is it going to be in the running to take it?
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, there are gonna be
Quarterbacks normally
yeah,
always win it.
yeah.
But I just felt that how this wasn't a desirable quarterback.
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. You can obviously have a Piki, a Daleks, show out in a ridiculous way and win, the MVP by leading the league in touchdown catches and like picks, right? And top 3 in flagpoles. But I don't see Dallas being there with the flagpoles. I don't necessarily see him there being with the catches either. I obviously can see him there with the picks and the touchdowns, but you need defensive stats. So
Right. Yeah. All
Prego,
round player.
Prego leading the league in passing touchdowns, total touchdowns, and flagpoles. That's big.
Yeah.
To be up there. But Roger, he always screws me out of everything. So
Hey man, you gotta check your stats, bro. I can't.
no,
You're not a rookie anymore.
Hey, listen.
I have
That's
11.
one thing. I pride myself. I don't give up the stat sheet anymore. I'm captain. I'm not giving up the stat sheet because I know how important are the stats. And even after a loss, that I know everyone's like, because I'm a big sore loser.
Yeah.
Like I will walk off I will dap you up later or whatever. Like once I get over it, but I just want to get off the field. I don't want to deal with any of the embarrassment. But I will chase down those players or those cops. Hey, look at your stats. I know you're in your feelings, but make sure you got it because at the end of the year, this means something to you and you go through it. And there's a lot of things that like you got to take pride in, like an interception. That's a catch and an interception. A sack is a flag pull and a sack. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like those are the things that you have to take into account when you're taking these stats because it's important. It sucks, that you want to see your name on those top 10 things. That's what we play for. That's what we play for. Your girl's not there the most of the time. Your mom's not there. Your dad. Oye, mira lo que dice. Fin de semana todo el mundo dice que yo estoy con las banderitas como un negocio jugando. Esto es lo que hizo el macho tuyo. Que volá. Come on. Of course. Gotta keep the stats. Gotta respect the game. All right, guys. So moving on. We talked a little bit about everything. The recap, the future, the players, the trades, the transactions. Let's get to the nitty gritty. Let's put our names on some games. And let's go to the games of the week. First game. Chargers and Raiders. Andy versus Crego. Beaky versus Chris D. Dario, what do you got?
I got the Raiders taking that 4-2, 4-3. I don't think the Chargers going with Andy and Tony. It's not going to be that competitive a game. As good as Peaky is, I don't think it's competitive because the Raiders don't have their tier 6.
Yeah, but that means Tony's never going to play.
Yeah, it means Tony's never going to touch the field. It's good. That means that they have free rotation.
Depends, but if Andy gets tired or whatever happens, Peaky has a hurt hamstring.
Hey, that's the first game of the day. There's no way Peaky's gonna let Andy get off that field, bro. No shot.
No, I got Chargers because of the simple fact that the tier 6 for the Raiders is a big piece.
Yeah.
If this is the Chargers.
Yeah, if this is the fourth game, or I mean the third game of the day, Peaky's hamstrings are already like that thing's like I get it. First game, fresh, off the table from Andy against Crego, against Chris D. You're gonna see the whole
Yeah, no, you're gonna see the handoff. Chris D's gonna have to come up and then no one can cover Donnell.
Yeah, this is your Super Bowl. Yeah, of course,
This
guys.
is your Super Bowl. Come here and give me the
Four
ball.
three Chargers.
Yeah, I got
4-3
Chargers.
Chargers.
4-3.
Yeah, Raiders.
Colts, Lions, Dario, Corona, Daleks, Montano. Talk to me, Dario. Lead this one off again. What do you got?
Ooh.
We know
Well,
you got the
Alex-
Colts, but what's the score?
If Daleks was here, he'd say 4-0. But I'm more realistic, and I think we win it 4-3. I think Daleks shuts down Montano. I think Daleks can shut down almost anybody. So I think he shuts Montano down. But we're going 5 hard, and Robbie might have a big game that game.
I think you guys are going to be exhausted. It is you're going to be your first game.
I got a
But I
tie
know-
3-3.
No, I got no. I got a 3-2. I got an ugly 3-2 Colts win. It's going to be grimy, but it's going to be 3-2 because they both got guns. They both could like offset some crap. Montano, not the best safety. Daleks is going to take them. I like the Colts here, but I just feel that the underman, the matchups,
Yeah.
it's going to be a grind. I say 3-2. I say 3-2 Colts. Next
You got
one.
a tie?
Yeah, I got a tie 3-3. Just
You got a
'cause-
tie 3-3, and
yeah,
and
A2 is gonna talk his shit to Corona. And although they don't have to rotate, they don't really have a lot of speed besides Montano. So that kind of plays into your hands. So that's why I got a competitive 3-3 game.
yeah, and they're gonna play that handoff game with Robbie, and the Colts got Mike Valdez. They got Daleks. There's enough speed there to go left, right. That there's gonna be nothing big when then the field gets small. The Colts have the height. I don't know. I like the Colts here. Falcons, Niners. That's a good one. Rayman, Cucuyo. Huh? Perra, talk to me. Or did Perra freeze? Or everyone froze.
I'm moving.
Oh, okay.
There we
Well,
go. There we
there's-
go. We're back.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
Kind of lagged out.
Woo! Wow.
Oh, fuck.
Okay. I thought. Hey.
I got
Oh my
That's a
god.
good game, man. That's
Hey,
a good game.
Cucuyo, 8:45 Falcons. Where are we at? I thought we lost a lot of recording there. All right, tell me.
That's a good game, man. That's a good game. I'm gonna have to take.
would
I'm gonna
love to
take the.
wreck the
I'm gonna
game.
take. I'm gonna take the Niners. I'm gonna take the Niners. 3-2. See, good defense being played on both sides. Tier 6s are irrelevant in this game, but I think defensively, I'm gonna take Cucuyo obviously over Ray
Yeah,
Matt.
no, and I
gives
like
me
the Niners here. They got Chris Campbell's on the back. I don't like Falcons back end. I got Niners here 4-3.
I think the Niners take it 4-2. Raymond's the best, but I don't think anybody on that team could stop Kurt. And I definitely don't think.
Yeah, it's Curry, Sid, Cucuyo.
Yeah, I used to think Kurt was not it. Like I would see him as just
No, but they're playing more of a
Yeah.
street. They're playing more of a street ball. They're a fast team. They're a fun team. They're fast from front to back. They're one of their worst players supposed to be Chris Campbell's. I don't believe it. I got the Niners here.
Yeah, Niners win it. That defense is ridiculous.
All right. Chargers, Jaguars, Martinez brothers versus Andy and Piggy. I got the Chargers here again, bro.
Yeah, I got the Chargers.
The Jaguars struggled week 1 and they were going 5 hard. They didn't have their tier 6. They're gonna have to include their tier 6 this week, so they're gonna have to learn.
Yeah.
The Chargers have chemistry on their side. The Chargers have I don't know. They're gonna be already battle tested against the Raiders. It's going to be more of the same thing we've seen how Peaky could be able to cancel out teams who do the handoff game, which is how the Jaguars play. I got Chargers here 4-2.
Yeah, I got a 4-2, not close.
Yeah, I got a 4-3. I think if Brian catches a couple balls and does his thing, I think the Jaguars could compete. But stopping Peaky right now with Donnell is
Donnell and Ham.
And Ham.
And
Ham got the game
Ray.
winner up, so I know.
And Ray, like
I'm saying, man, it's a lot of speed on that team.
Pick, like all 3 of them can burn you. All 3 can burn you. Like that's serious. That's serious speed. All right, gentlemen, that's the games of the week, and it moves us to the final segment, the one of our favorite segments, and it's what we like to call here on DD Live, bold predictions. So, gentlemen, each and every one of us is going to have the opportunity to make a bold prediction. We have already said some bold statements, such as the Ravens going 0-3, so I'm not going to allow that to be uttered as a bold prediction. But give me something spicy, give me something new, something that make me look forward to Saturday. Dario, you got something for us? Don't say the Colts are going 3-0. That's too cliche.
I was actually gonna say I think Finns go 3-0.
Finns go 3, and that's tough, bro.
Yeah,
That's a lot of that. You don't have to give me that kind of love coming on TV Live, bro. You don't have to.
It's not.
You play great. You play. I got no Patterson. So it's gonna be David, Mo, Diego, and Mike Castellanos and myself against the better part of Stritz, 5 Hard, Jaguars, Martinez Brothers, and Lions Corona. So it's going to be tough 3 games for us going 5 Hard. Hopefully we can pull it out. 3-0, that's a tough stretch, but I don't think I'm that good.
I think either 2-1 or 3-0. I mean, you got to put the ball in your hands. Like, at the end of the day, you lost to me because David threw the pick. You didn't.
That was a well-designed play. He sees Patterson, we win that game, bro.
I mean, you know, it is.
I got a hell of a bold prediction. Just because of who the quarterback of this team is and his track record. But I think he might have, surprisingly enough, I think he might have turned it around week 1. I got the Packers going 3-0.
I like the Packers.
And
I do.
I saw PD Devin got hurt in the league we don't talk about. And for a couple series, PD came out and played quarterback. He looked exceptional. He looked good, made great throws. There was no loss of continuity on the team. And now he's getting his full team. And I think it's a very good team. And then compared
like
to I like the Packers there. Damn, I can't say my bold prediction. I was gonna actually say something about the Dolphins, but this guy said 3-0. Like it's gonna be like, oh damn, Angel Dario has more faith in the Dolphins than you, because it was kind of bold compared to all the offers I was getting. I got the Patriots getting 2 dubs. I got the Patriots getting 2 dubs this week. I really like the moves that they made. They got a sneaky good team. And they're going to surprise some people. I think one of those games where they could upend someone is that Raiders game at 11 a.m. Patriots play the Raiders. Raiders have already played the Chargers. You don't know what the outcome on that one is. We know how games could trickle down to another one, but I got the Patriots good for 2 dubs. I think ultimately Ray and Enzo did the right thing for their teams. And it kind of shows you what the spirit of DD is. You just got to look what's the best thing for the team, and they made the right decision. You know, they didn't want to pick camaraderie for some reason. Kevin played bad. That's DD. Got shipped. That was crazy. That was pretty quick.
And everyone's still shitting on him.
That was you saw that montage.
I feel bad. That was bad.
That was pretty. There was no need.
There's no need for that.
There is no need. There is no need to take a piss.
Hey, don't worry about it, baby. He's about to ball out as a tier 5.
That hurts.
Oh yeah. He's in the right spot. But you'll take care of him. But that was like Roger doesn't even get bullied like that. You know. Well, Dario, thank you for being with us. Like we do with all of our guests, we give them an uninterrupted 30 seconds to be able to speak their mind and say what they want. But before we get to that, I want to remind you guys that this show is brought to you by Divine Sports. Andy Ace Garcia is the man that you want for all the training. You want his hands on you because he's going to get you from broken and brittle and unathletic to on the field and excelling at performance, at your peak performance here in flag football. So talk to Andy Ace Garcia there at Divine Sports Training so he could give you all the love and care that you need to get you playing at your pivotal best. With that said, Dario, close out this episode and tell us what's on your mind. Give us a little bit about yourself. Uninterrupted.
I feel like I get a lot of hate for being a nice guy. I wanted to come out and say that from the get-go. Been dying to say that. I should have 11 touchdowns. I think I'm going to win MVP. I think I got it this season. I think Dallas is going to help me win MVP. And everyone's going to know why I drafted Dallas at 4. everyone's gonna know that.
I like
Everyone's
that.
gonna know that today.
I like that. Standing on that. You know what? Let's cut the show like that. I like that. Standing on business. Everyone's gonna know why he picked Alex
There
up
we go.
for it.
Standing on
All right,
business.
hey, you're a competitor. You're an opponent, but I'm rooting for you, man. Appreciate you coming on the show. It was nice having you. Breath of fresh air on here. But as always, you guys are great. I hope everybody enjoyed the content. Anything you guys want to make it onto the episode, send us the footage. We'll put it on. We're gonna give you guys some love. Remember, guys, it's DD Life. This is DD Life. Love you guys. Peace.
Gang, gang.
Thank you.
That's a touchdown, baby.